Okay, so let's go ahead and try B. We have a 25 tenths, okay? So if we have 25 tenths, that means we have a 25 of these pieces. We have 25 of those pieces. Well, one whole flat represents 10 of those pieces, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tenths. So we're going to color in this whole block. This whole block represents 10, right? This whole block represents 10 tenths. But we need 25. So we need another 10 tenths. Okay, so we need another 10 tenths, which will give us how many tenths altogether? We have 10 gray and we have 10 pink. So that's 10 plus 10, which will equal what, guys? 10 plus 10, we all know, is 20. So now we have 10 tenths plus another 10 tenths is 20 tenths, but we need 25. So we need 5 more tenths. So we have 10 tenths, 20 tenths, 21. Oops, that marker's not working. Let's try this blue one. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 tenths. So this is 5 tenths. So what are we looking for? We're looking for another way to write 25 tenths, okay? So we're looking for another way to write 25 tenths. So 25 tenths is how many holes? These are my holes, 1, 2. So 2 holes and 5 tenths. So 25 tenths is the same thing as 2 whole pieces. Remember, your decimal goes in between your ones place and your tenths place. So we have 2 holes and 1, 2, 3, 5 tenths. 2 and 5 tenths. 2 holes and 5 tenths is the same thing as 25 tenths. Okay? All right. So another way we could do this is with C. I'll show you another way that you can tackle this. Okay, so for C, we have to show 30 tenths. So 30 tenths would be 10, 20, 30. 30 tenths, which is 1, 2, 3, the number 3. 3 of these, 3 holes, it's 3 decimal 0, okay? Now, D says 37 tenths, so we have 10, 20, 30, okay? We have 30, so that's a 1, a 1, and a 1. And 37 tenths would mean we need to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to shade in 7. So it's 3 holes and 7 tenths. Okay, so this is 37 tenths, which are these. 37 tenths, okay, which are 10, 20, 30. 30 of those equals 3 holes and 7 tenths. Now, the other way you could really do this is you could think about it mathematically. 37 is really 30 tenths plus 7 tenths, right? 30 is 3, 30 tenths, 30, 10, 20, 30 is 3 holes plus 7 tenths, okay, which would equal 3 and 7 tenths, 3 and 7 tenths. Okay, so what you're going to do for the rest of this booklet is you're really just going to go through and you are going to take a look at writing all of these as decimals on the first 2 pages. So go ahead and try page 2 for me. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and try page 2. You're going to do E, F, G, and H. All right, so if you're back on with me, for E, for 41 tenths, we know 40 tenths is 4 plus 1/10 left over, which would get us 4 wholes and 1/10, which is 4.1. 55 tenths would be 5.5. 89 tenths would be 8.9. And 103 tenths, well, this one was a little tricky. 100 tenths, if we pulled out 100 tenths, we know that would equal 10, plus the 3 tenths left over would equal 0.3. So 10 plus 0.3 would equal 10.3. 10.3. Okay, so here we are looking at mixed numbers as decimals. So we have 4 and 7 tenths, right? So we need to write this as a decimal. So 4 and 7 tenths. Okay, so that equals 4 wholes, right? 4 wholes, 4 of these, 4 wholes, and 7 tenths. 7 of these. 4 of these and 7 of these. So we could say, well, 4 wholes is written as 4 and 7 tenths is written as 0.7 because one place value after the decimal point is your tenths. So what would that equal? That would equal 4.7. Okay, let's try B together. 5 and 2 tenths. So 5 is my whole plus my 2 tenths equals 5.2. All right, go ahead and try C and D. Pause the video and try C and D on your own. So for C, you should have gotten 6.5. And for D, you should have gotten 7.9. Okay, so for page 4, I'm going to leave this for you to do at home because I think you're going to be able to do a pretty good job with this. Let's go ahead and move on to page 5. Circle the number discs to represent the decimal. Okay, so number discs are another way to show decimals. So we have discs in yellow that represent 100, discs in blue that represent tens, your tens place, discs that represent ones, or these, okay, and discs that are in the tenths place that represent these blocks, tenths, okay? All right, so we need to circle 35. So 35 is 3 tens, 30, okay, 5 ones, and 4 tenths, and 4 tenths. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing with this page. You're looking at those number discs and you are circling the value that is represented, what the number represents. Okay, so go ahead and work through pages 5 and 6 on your own. And then I would like for you to bring your attention to page 7. So for page 7, we are going to fill in the blanks with some of these words that we have learned, okay? So you might use the word hundreds, you might use the word tenths, all of these place value words. So the digit 1, this digit 1 is in what place? So the number that's written here is 1, 2, 3, decimal 5. And if you remember our place value chart here, okay, when we go to the left of the decimal, we're going to count ones, tenths. Oops, we didn't have hundreds here. I'm sorry. Ones, tens, hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, right? And when we move to the right of the decimal, you're going to have your tenths, your hundredths, your thousands, okay? So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, decimal 5. So this is my ones place. This is then my tens. And this is my hundreds. So now we're going to look at the right of the decimal. This is my tenths. Okay, so then from here, this is going to be pretty easy. The digit 1 is in my hundreds place, right? And its value is 100 because there's a 1 there. The digit 5 is in the tenths place. Its value, well, this is value is 5/10. How much is it worth? Okay, this is worth 100. Value. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think that the remaining parts that you have left, so if you look at page 9, okay, page 9, 1 7/10. So 1 7/10 would be 1 7/10. B, 2 1s and 2 10ths. So put a 2 in the 1s and a 2 in the 10ths. 3, 3 1/10. 3 and 1. D, 4 1s 9/10. 4 1s and 9/10. E, 2 10s, 3 1s, and 8 10ths. Okay, so 2 10s and 3 1s. Well, this is my tens place. To the right of it is my ones place. So that's 23 and 8 10s. Okay, F, 5 10s. Well, how much is 5 10s worth? 5 10s is worth 50 and 6 10ths. Okay, 300s, 8 1s, 8 10ths. So 300s and 8 1s is 308 and 8 10ths. Okay, and then 700s, 2 10s, and 7 10ths. Well, 700s, 2 10s, 700 is 700, and 2 10s is 20. So that's going to be 720 and 7 10ths. All right. Okay, very good. So for the rest of this booklet, we have a couple of word problems that I wanted to go over. So let's look at number 7. So Allie on page 11, we're going to turn to 7. Allie is thinking of a number. The number is made up of 3 digits. The digit 7 is in the ones place. The value of the digit 8 is 80, and the value of the digit 2 is 2 tenths. What's the number she's thinking of? Okay, so we have some clues here. The first clue is that she's thinking of a number that's 3 digits. So we know we're going to draw 3 boxes. Okay, the digit 7 is in the ones place. So we know there's something in the tenths place. So let's say we're going to put a decimal right here, and we're going to call this our tenths, our ones, and our tens. Okay, go ahead and write this down in your booklet, okay? If you need to pause, go for it. Go ahead and pause. So we know this is the first clue. The digit is made up of, the number is made up of 3 digits. So digit 7 is in the ones place, so we can put that in the ones place. The value, meaning what it's worth, of the 8 is 80. So if it's worth 80, we know the 8 has to be 8 tens, because 8 groups or 10 groups of 8 is 80. And the value of the digit 2 is, how do we read that? The first place value to the right of the decimal is tenths, is 2 tenths. So we have 87 and 2 tenths. And as you notice, whenever I read this decimal point, I'm saying the word and. I'm saying the word and, okay? All right. So the last few. Let's look at 8. Okay. Eric is thinking of a number. The number is made up of 3 digits. The digit 5 is in the tenths place. The digit in the ones place is 2 less the digit in the tens place, and the digit 10 in the tens place is 3 times the digit in the ones place. Oh boy, this is going to be a little tricky because our clues are a little bit more complicated than the ones that we had earlier. So again, we want to have a good starting point. So we know it's 3 digits. So let's go ahead and draw our 3 boxes. 1, 2. We have 3 boxes, okay? The digit 5 is in the tenths place. So let's just assume that this is the tenths place. It might not be, but we're just going to guess and check here. We're going to say, okay, maybe this is the tenths place. So it says the digit 5 is in the tenths place. So let's go ahead and put the digit 5 there. Let's go to the next clue. The digit in the ones place is 2 less than the digit in the tens place. So this is, whatever this is 2 less, minus 2. So then we know that that has to be 3, right? So again, the digit in the ones place is 2 less than the digit in the tens. So 3 is 2 less than 5. And then the last clue, the digit in the tens place is 3 times the digit in the ones place. So the digit in the tens place is 3 times the digit in the one place. It's 3 times the digit in the ones place. So this is my ones, and this is my tens. So the digit in the tens place is 3 times the digit in the ones place. So can you figure this out? If you got 9, you are correct. You are correct, okay? All right, the last few I want you to try on your own. There are going to be a couple of clues in the back, but please, please, please slow down. You do not need to rush through this. If we go through this together, I can give you a couple of clues. Sue is thinking of a number on page 13, number 9. Sue is thinking of a number. The number is made up of 3 digits. The sum of the 3 digits is 12, okay? Again, we have 3 digits. 1, 2, we have 3 digits, okay? The sum, meaning when we add them up, sum is 12. So when we add them up, it's 12, okay? When we add this, this, and this, the 3 digits, okay? We have to get 12. The value of the 2 is 20. All right, so let's just say, again, we might not have this as we've had it, but if this is my tenths, ones, tens, this, the value of the digit 2 is 20. So where does the digit 2 go? Does it go in the ones place, or does it go in the tens place if the value is 20? It goes in the tens place, right? Because that's 2 tens, and 2 tens is 20. The value of the digit 6 is 6 tenths. Well, that's easy. That goes in the tens place. What is the number Sue is thinking of? Well, if all 3 of these numbers have to equal 12, I'm pretty sure you can figure out what that middle number has to be. Okay, let's look at number 10 together. So Emma is thinking of a number. The number is made up of 4 digits. Okay, so this time we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, my boxes are all different sizes. Okay, the digit in the 3, the digit 3 in the number has the value of decimal 3. So we're going to say, okay, we're going to keep going with this. Tenths, go ahead and write this down with me. Tenths, decimal, so then we have our ones, we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our hundreds. Got a little ahead of myself, okay? So let's go back up here. The digit 3 in the number has a value of 3 tenths. So we know that that's easy. That goes in 3 tenths. The value of the digit in the tens place, so the value of what's in the tens place is the same value as the digit in the ones place, okay? So we really can't do anything there because we don't know what the value of this digit is yet. We don't know how much it's worth to figure out the ones place. So let's keep reading for more information. The digit in the hundreds place is 3 times the digit in the tens place. Okay, so this is going to be 3 times this. All right, so the digit is, we need to figure out what the digit is in the nines place. So the digit in the nines place is 3 times what's in the tens place. So we know 3 is in the tens place, and what's in the hundreds place is 3 times what's in the tens place. So what's 3 times 3? 9. So we figured out the number 9 is in the hundreds place. So the digit in the tens place and the ones place is what? What is it? Let's read it one more time. Emma is thinking of a number. The number is made up of 4 digits. The digit 3 in the number has a value of 3/10. The value of the digit in the tens place is the same as the value in the digit in the ones place. Okay, so let me ask you this. If I have, let's just guess and check. If I have a 1 in the tens place, the value of that